Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today, I'm going to help you to understand Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller with my analysis of the quote, "I'm always in a race with the junkyard." Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you understand the play. Okay, let's analyse the quote, "I'm always in a race with the junkyard." So the first thing we need to think about is where this quote appears in the play, the context of it. Willy says, "I'm always in a race with the junkyard." So when is this said? At the beginning of Act 2, Linda and Willy speak about money. He has insurance premiums that he hasn't paid, has had to fix the car, and his refrigerator is broken. So he's just reminded that his refrigerator is in need of fixing and he's only just paid it off. Now we need to think about analytical things that we can say about this. At face value, it's quite a simple thing to say, but actually there are lots of meanings underneath the surface. So here's something that we can say that's analytical about this moment. Hearing about the meeting with Bill Oliver, so we've got Happy and Biff that have got a business meeting with Bill Oliver to pitch a business idea they have. Well, that's excited Willy, and it's made him begin to fantasise about building 2 summer houses for his boys when they come to visit. So he's thinking about his retirement, he's thinking about them having families. All of this is at odds with reality, and he's got an idea that he's going to build 2 summer houses for them to stay in when they come to visit. All of this is fantasy. Linda is the voice of reason, and she reminds him of their financial dire straits directly after him thinking about the idea of summer houses. She's trying to get him to face reality here by reminding him of all of the different financial difficulties they face. Another thing that we can say about this moment is this. The junkyard can be read as a metaphor for the end of his usefulness as a father and as a worker. So his influence over his boys, helping to direct them, that's something that's questioned, but also his usefulness to his company is something that is also something we doubt. So the junkyard can be seen as a metaphor for the idea of his role as a father and a worker being something that is coming to an end, but this can also be seen as a metaphor for death. This is foreshadowing perhaps Willy's tragic downfall. Anything else that we can say about this quote? How about this? Willy's hamartia is his blind faith in the American dream and consumer capitalism. So for many people, his hamartia, his fatal flaw, is this idea that he has full faith in the American dream and the idea of consumer capitalism, that idea that you are a consumer, you buy products, earn money, and you're part of this system of free market capitalism. That might be what we could argue that Arthur Miller is critiquing in this play. This isn't a play necessarily about Willy Loman, it's a play about the American dream and consumer capitalism. Now, the home and car are symbols of the American dream, and they've actually financially crippled Willy and they've failed him. So the idea of working for your whole life in order to be able to provide for your family and in order to be able to have a home and a car, those are ideas that are central to the American dream. They are things that are also central to Willy's failure and his impending doom. Now, if we think about the car, Willy's talking about being in a race to the junkyard. He's talking in this moment about his fridge being the problem, but his car having needed to be recently fixed is also a part of this bigger picture. Now, we need to remember that the car is a symbol. For the American dream, it's a symbol of progress, technological advance. It's also something that lets you travel America. Part of that idea of the American dream is that the land itself, this huge, great big nation, is owned by all. And the car lets you travel it and be free, and all these sorts of ideas about having a sense of ownership of the US, of America, is something that's tied up in this idea of the car. It's also something we associate with success and money, and it's also a symbol of family life. But for Willy, the car has very different associations. The car is a symbol of his financial decline. It's a cost to him. It's also something we associate with work. He uses his car to travel and drives hundreds of miles each week. It's not a symbol of his wealth and status. It's something that's actually cost him a fortune, and it's something that we associate with his death. Now, interestingly, a bit of context here, we can talk about this idea of something called planned obsolescence, and I'll tell you what that is. In the 20th century, US car manufacturers, General Motors in fact, they're referenced in the play, they made parts that they knew would fail so that consumers would have to replace those parts or upgrade the car and buy a new one. Now, Willy thinks that modernity, modern life, the American dream, being a consumer, all these ideas, He thinks they're going to lead to progress for all, and the idea that America and each individual in it is going to continue to succeed and that his boys are going to have a great future, all that sort of stuff. But actually, everything is evidence of the contrary. And the idea that his car fails him and his fridge fails him and everything has to be replaced or repaired is therefore in stark contrast to this idea that the American dream and consumerism are the root of success and progress. Now, this is an absolutely great quote. I'm always in a race with a junkyard. It's an easy one for you to remember and recall. And the reason why it's really good is if you're writing an essay about evil and you're thinking about tragedy and whether or not Willy deserves his downfall, well, is he evil or is he a victim? There's a bigger sort of argument here throughout the play. If we're talking about emotions, this is a great moment to explore. At the beginning of Act 2, Willy is thinking about the fact that his sons have got this meeting with Bill Oliver that for him is full of promise, and he's really ecstatic, excited, optimistic, and then the reminder of their financial situation leaves him being completely frustrated. So that reminds us that Willy has very conflicting and sharply changing emotions throughout the play. If we're asked about setting, well, we're thinking about the idea of the actual time, this post-war America, and we can talk about the idea of the American dream here in that context and bring that in, because the idea of the junkyard and all the things that he has failing being a symbol for his doom and downfall is something we can explore. If we want to think about disillusion, well, we've got that disillusioned situation here where Willy can't quite understand why things are going wrong and can't really face reality, and his ideas for his boys that he shares just before this moment being at stark odds with reality is something that we can explore. He's very, very self-deceptive and is very reluctant to face reality. It's a moment where Linda is reminding him of their reality, and that's something that's a source of deep frustration to Willy. If we want to talk about symbolism, the junkyard is symbolic, but also his fridge is symbolic too. And if we want to talk about shame, well, actually, Willy is in a situation where he's tied between either his hubris, his pride, or his own self-pity and his own anger with his situation. And he goes between both different positions and perspectives. He has to choose whether or not to face reality or to live a self-deluded life. Now, if you want to take it further, here's a slightly related quote from later on in the play. Willy says, "The woods are burning." This is when he's lost his job and things really are going downhill fast for him. So my question to you is, can you somehow link these two quotes to each other? What different essay themes might they work together to explore? Another thing that you can do is have a little bit of a think about these ideas that I've shared with you in relation to today's key quote, and then see if you can write down some responses or a really decent paragraph exploring all these ideas that are underneath the surface in order to be able to recall that without looking. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to add content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and keep revising.